Hiya, just sort of updating things really on how things are going. I've done 3 chapters of the book now, and this is the book that I'm doing. It's called Cure Your Emetophobia and Thrive by Rob Kelly, and it's supposed to be the definitive kind of answer to the problem. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this in the way that I'm doing it is because you know, when I've researched online, I've looked at stuff. You don't seem to get many men coming forward and you know, talking about this problem. There are a much higher percentage of women that suffer with it, but you know, there are a lot of men out there as well. And I suppose it's an embarrassing thing, and I always used to be. You know, I'd never talk about it. I never, you know, even me close family, me parents didn't know. And you know, when I was growing up, and as I've gone through adult life, I'd never really spoken about it before to anybody. So, you know, now feel as though, you know, people shouldn't suffer with it in silence. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. You know, people have got fears about all different kinds of stuff, and this is no different to that. It maybe impacts on your life a little bit more strongly, perhaps, but you know, ultimately, it's a phobia, it's a fear, and you know, people shouldn't be embarrassed about it. So far, what the program is kind of teaching me is about your belief systems, really, things that you believe to be true, things that you kind of live your life by, really. And it's a matter of exploring that at the moment and trying to see if you can change it. A lot of stuff is down to a need for control. And obviously it's a feeling of you know, when you don't feel in control, that causes a lot of problems. And it's going to be a matter now of trying to change the way that I look at it. Now, there's 2 sort of types of control in a way. There's internal and external, essentially. Internal control is good for your mental health and good for your happiness, because you know, you feel as though you make the decisions and you're in control of all the different things that go on. If you've got an external control, it means that basically you are, you know, you'll come out with a lot of stuff like, it's bad luck, this happened because of that reason, and you want control, but you're not allowing yourself to have it, and that's where the problems come from. So it's a matter of changing it from external to internal, and that's what I'm doing. Now, that there was a quiz quite early in the book, a locus of control quiz. The higher score you got, the more external you are. The lower score, the more internal. And the idea is to bring your score down, to get it down. Now, it's out of 30. To have an internal kind of control is between a score of between 0 and 5. And obviously, the higher it is, the more external you are. Now, my initial score was 22, which, you know, is obviously quite high. And one of the first exercises that I've had to do is to look at ways to try and reduce that score. So it's all a matter of sort of some statements of whether you believe them or not, whether you agree or disagree, essentially. And all the ones that you scored a point for, you need to look at them again and try to look at it in a different way. Think about why you believe that to be true, and you know, try and look at maybe evidence that's out there, scientific evidence perhaps, to kind of make you see it in a different way. You know, it's quite simple things, really. For example, you know, do you have a lucky number, or do you believe in an unlucky number or a lucky number? Now, my answer to that was yes. For some reason I do, and it was trying to make me explore why I believe that, and what possible impact it can have. And by exploring that a little bit more and actually thinking about it more logically on its own, it's made me realise that actually lucky numbers don't really exist at all. You know, one number is just like another number, and that's what they are. They're just numbers, and they can't influence your life. And so by, you know, as that one example, I've managed to knock 1 point off my score by sort of being able to see that in a different way. And it's just a matter of going through, at the moment, it's going through a few of those. You know, you've got to do sort of 5 at a time. And trying to see if you can change them. Some of them you don't have to, you know, because at the end of the day you can still score up to 5, so it's fine. But at the moment, you know, I've maybe got 2 or 3 off my initial score, so I'm sort of below 20 now, which is a positive step. and now it's just a matter of taking things forward, and trying to move on to the next kind of step, really. I mean, at the moment it's all about understanding why you think the way you do, and trying to make you question it a little bit perhaps, and look at things in a slightly different way. I think as the program goes on, it's going to be more about finding ways to be able to do that, methods that's going to work to be able to do that. Because at the moment, I'm finding that hard to believe that I can change my belief systems and stuff that I've had for years and years throughout my life. To be able to change them seems like very difficult and almost impossible, really. So, but that's what this is going to hopefully be doing for me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to carry on now onto the 4th chapter, and see, hopefully that's going to help me a bit more. Carrying on with the other exercises that I've had to do as well. At the moment, it's going well, and I'm feeling positive about it. I mean, I don't really necessarily feel differently yet about anything, but it is still early days, and it's going to be a longer process. But I'm certainly feeling positive at the moment, and I'm looking forward to the next sort of step. And I say I'll be back with another video to update everybody. And I say, if anybody wants to comment, or if you're suffering yourself and you want to just have a chat really about stuff, then that'll be fine. Just let me know, and we can try and get through it all together. So that's it for now, and I'll check back again in a day or two and see how we're going.